When overwhelm hits, you can politely escort it to the door with these 4 easy steps. I used to feel overwhelmed every single day. You know the feeling. Your chest is tight, it's hard to breathe, you feel out of control and lose perspective on what's actually important. Everything just feels like too much. Then, when I was at the peak of my time management journey, I thought I had overwhelm conquered. I'd gotten off the road to burnout, and I felt like I could accomplish whatever I set my mind to. I could tackle it all, no matter what. So it snuck up on me a little by surprise. I remember staring at a to do list that was stacked high. Everything felt urgent, everything was a top priority. And I found myself thinking it was definitely going to be the time that everything came crumbling down. I'd never be able to get to all of it. Then came the overwhelm. It was all consuming and a little bit surprising because I thought I had the secret. I was not supposed to be feeling this way anymore. Now, looking back, I realized that there is no escaping overwhelm. It will be a knee jerk reaction that I'm bound to face, but that's okay. There's no use fighting that. The good news is the reaction only has to be momentary. When overwhelm hits, you can politely escort it to the door with these 4 easy steps. Before we get started, I have a quick favor to ask. If you like this video, please like or subscribe to the channel so I can keep spreading all the time management secrets. Let's get back to it. The first step to feeling less overwhelmed, get it out of your head. So you know the feeling. It's that low buzz of panic where you can't focus on any one thing and you feel like everything is just piling higher and higher. That's how it starts. You get caught up in this swirl and you're panicking about not being able to get it all done while worrying that you're going to forget something. So, the quickest relief, get it out of your head. Pause what you're doing and write it all down. You can grab a scrap of paper or open up an app on your computer and write down all the looming tasks that are buzzing through your brain. Write until you have everything captured. Once you have it all laid out in front of you, it's not going to seem so daunting. You'll feel some instant relief as you shift focus from trying to remember all the things to being able to make a plan for what to do next. So, with everything out of your head, you can focus on what really needs to get done. Now, a little bit of a spoiler alert here, everything on your list is not going to pass the sniff test as a true priority. So, put all of the items that you wrote down in priority order. If you could only choose one thing, what would you do first? And then if you had a little bit more time, what would you do next? And so on. Giving everything on your list equal value will always overwhelm you. Force yourself to rank them. Then break bigger tasks on your list down into bite-sized chunks. If you have a big project that's weighing on your mind, you likely cannot get it all done today. But you can start making progress with a few smaller tasks. So write down all of those tasks that you feel like you can make progress on. Then cross off anything that doesn't seem all that important now that it's out of your head. And trust me, there is going to be some sneaky tasks that are causing a lot of angst that don't actually deserve your attention right now. Strike them off. The effectiveness of this step is pausing the overwhelm loop long enough to get back into action. You can now start making progress again because it's clear what needs to get done, what doesn't, and what was just creating a little extra drama in your head. The second step to feeling less overwhelmed is find the next action to get started. So, aside from a long list of undone tasks, overwhelm can sneak in from not even knowing where to start. You might have too many projects that are full of unknowns, so you just sit idle. Instead, take a look at the projects that you're feeling overwhelmed by. Do you know the next action to take on them? If yes, take that step and keep moving until you get stuck. And then when you get stuck or you don't know where to start, your next action is just to figure out your next action. Rinse and repeat until the project is done. Here's an example. Let's say you want to remodel your bathroom, but you've been avoiding the project. You don't know what your next action is because you've never remodeled a bathroom before. So this I don't know thought leaves you feeling overwhelmed, so you never start the project. Your mission here, find the next best action. In this case, the internet is going to be your best friend. You could Google, what do I need to know for a bathroom remodel? The internet will instruct you, choose a bathroom design. So great, there's your next action. Schedule an hour to hop on Pinterest to find some inspiration and create a vision board. Next, you'll likely try to tell yourself that you don't know how to find a good tiler or a good plumber. There's your next action. Ask around to friends and family or consult trusty Google again. Step by step, you'll keep moving forward and chip away at the overwhelming project. The best way to find clarity with where to start or how to do something is to take action. When you're taking action, you're also making progress. And someone who's making progress is not feeling overwhelmed. The third step to feeling less overwhelmed, reprioritize. So even when you think you have everything perfectly planned out, the unexpected fire drills are going to come up. They will threaten to derail everything, putting you back into overwhelm. You may get a request from your boss that requires your attention for most of the day, or you get sick, or new tasks show up that make your original top priority pale in comparison. Overwhelming, to say the least, but it doesn't have to be. Again, pause, digest the new information, and make a new plan. You can pull up your list from step one or take a look at what you already previously planned to get done for the day or the week and decide if you need to make adjustments. You can ask yourself a few questions. With the new information, have your priorities changed? If you could only choose one thing now, what would you get done? Or is there anything that you were originally planning to work on that's just not worth your time anymore? Maybe it can be bumped to a different day or a different week. Then adjust your plan. Choose your next actions based on your latest set of priorities. Nothing is set in stone. You are still in control of where your time goes. Here's some food for thought. If you find yourself reprioritizing and reshuffling your plans regularly, use this as an opportunity to think critically about how you should be planning your time. It's possible that you aren't giving yourself enough time in your calendar to ebb and flow with incoming work. Or you're being too reactionary to someone else's priorities and letting your own fall to the side. Or you just aren't being realistic with yourself in the first place with how much you can accomplish. So save your future self some self inflicted overwhelm and adjust your planning approach ahead of time. Finally, step 4 to feeling less overwhelmed, shift your mindset. Here's a fact: your overwhelm isn't actually caused by all the things you have to do. Your overwhelm is caused by how you're thinking about what you need to get done. Your thoughts are causing your overwhelm, i.e., you are causing your overwhelm. But guess what? If you were the cause, you are also the solution. So when you find yourself stuck in that familiar sensation of overwhelm, tune into what you're thinking. Does your internal talk track sound a little bit something like this? Are you thinking, there's no way I can get this all done? Or I just have too much to do? Or I'm going to let them down? Without judging yourself, because we all default to this negative self talk, try on some new thoughts. Think a new thought and imagine what it might be like if you believed the thought was true. These are some thoughts that have worked well for me, so give them a try or experiment with others that feel right to you. You could choose to think, I have the time I need to get things done. Or, I've always gotten it done before, I will this time as well. Or, whatever I get done is enough. Or my favorite, it's just not going to happen today, and that's okay. Finding a thought that resonates with you can push you back into action and alleviate that overpowering feeling of overwhelm. A simple mindset shift can give you the sweet relief that you're looking for. Feeling overwhelmed is a normal part of being human. And unfortunately, you can't escape overwhelm by doing more. Reducing overwhelm takes time, effort, and some practice. It's never going to go away forever. So be patient with yourself. Try some different strategies. Find the practices that work for you to feel more in control and less at the mercy of that pesky overwhelm. And if you need a little more support freeing yourself from overwhelm, check out my time management course, Never Work Overtime Again. The course teaches you how to take control of your work life so you can start having a life. Go from overwhelmed with the guilt of an unfinished to-do list to confident and ready to tackle your week with ease. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like or let me know in the comments a new thought that you can try thinking the next time overwhelm strikes. And if you want more time management secrets like these, let me know by subscribing to my channel. Have a fabulous day, my friends. You know that feeling. Your chest is... That's not what I meant to say. You know the feeling. You're tight. Your chest is tight. Slobber. Can't focus on any one thing. But I don't like that. Hartley Ray, no barking.